Live. And we are live. Yep, everything seems to be in accordance. Okay. Hello there, my name is Skull, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We have done quite a lot of thoughts last time. We had gone through the Thorn of the Dead, was it? The Dead Trenches. Fought the Broodmother, and arrived here in the Anvil of the Void, finding Branka somewhat either crazy or just gone a little bit mad with power or with search. We got our group still here, and we're going to continue trying to find the Anvil of the Void. We're almost out, I think. We've just finished that stupid statue fight we had. That was a bit of a rough time. Let me just look around just to make sure I got everything over here. Lyrium vein, a bunch of lyrium veins, some rubble. Get my way back, I guess. Saving game, there's an auto save. Oh! That's what I think it is. We're reaching the end. We're having this adventure. This is the quote-unquote finale soon, so... Alrighty, just need to check some stuff here before I go on. Okay. Welp. This is it. This is the end. Some golem, bunch of golems over there.
My name is Kalrin. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar. If you seek the Anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it.
Kalrin, this is him. Kalrin, as in the Kalrin of Kalrin's Cross.
Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item. The Anvil of the Void.
Yep, definitely.
It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere.
I mean, 10 feet tall and invulnerable? I can think of worse
It
fates.
was an option I could offer warriors who would volunteer to defend their homeland, and some took it. But King Valtor became greedy. He began to force men, casteless and criminals, his political enemies, all of them were to be given to the Anvil. It took feeling the hammer's blow myself to realize the height of my crimes.
I mean, Kalrin, I mean, as much as you get more somewhere, I mean, this is still a useful tool, maybe, but... So it's either the way. Nordsmar could use it.
No! I entombed myself here to find a way to destroy the Anvil. It must not be used again!
No! The Anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
You, please, help me destroy the Anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
I don't even know if I would call in here, because as much as I find golems useful, it's more like the question: whoever's going to be next king. I don't even know what to say. I'm apologies. I'm stuck right now. And what did I let your guilt inconvenience
How
me?
would you feel to know you've been torn from all the spirits that had come before you, that you would never rest with the ancestors?
Why are you listening? We had an agreement. I'm the one you came here to find, not him.
Yeah, but you're crazy.
Bronca, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with dark spawn spume? The Anvil will let us take back our glory!
The Anvil enslaves living souls must be destroyed, or you're right, it's too powerful not to keep. I need to double Kalrin because this is useful, but also he's enslaving souls, and Bronca has gone mad. I don't even know what to do here. As much as I want to take the, as much as Kalrin would probably say yes to having golems because they're useful. For him, it's the king has been corrupt. Whoever is going to be next king, if someone abuses his power, it can become a problem. So. And Bronca's already gone mad. He doesn't want to give the Anvil to Bronca because he doesn't even know what Bronca will be able to do with it. So I'm gonna have to go with option 1. The Anvil enslaves living souls. It must be destroyed.
Have you no desire to discover this Anvil's potential? It is a marvel, a tool of creation.
Even the best of tools may be misused. This is a thing of blood magic, of destruction.
Sometimes creation involves the destruction of one thing to make way for another. 'Tis a law of nature that death is the parent to life. If you destroy the Anvil, I swear you will regret it.
And how would you like to become a golem?
You would not dare.
And wouldn't I if I cared only for power?
I would rather not find out. Fine. Destroy it if it pleases you.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Karadin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control rod! But, my friend, you must help me. I cannot stop her alone.
I'm gonna have to use a group heal already.
I'm going to slaughter you!
Oh, I'm getting all slammed from all sides. I remember this was a tough fight to do.
Another battle, I see.
Begin the onslaught.
Use.
Too easy.
That won't stop me.
Oh no, we're losing people here. Oh no, this might be a...
Play.
Gonna have to ask for her to do a revival.
I am ready.
Nope, nope.
Strike, quickly. You don't know what I'm capable of.
Gotta have to use the auto save. Yep, I have to go through the same conversations, I guess. Oh no, alright, auto save's enough for combat. Good, that's actually pretty good.
don't know what I'm doing.
If you insist.
I am taking a beating right now. I don't even know how I'm surviving. One down. Have to revive on Kalrin. Come on, get back up, man. Have to dodge, avoid.
Yes. Time to play.
This is gonna be rough.
Quickly. And I'm oh, good use.
I'm so close also, jeez. I'm running out of my supplies.
I am ready.
Damn, I'm running out of supplies. Oh, crap.
Let's finish.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
It's your time to die!
Is that all my blood? I think it is.
You cannot win! I shall do it.
Where do I go? All right.
Damn, this is not going to be. This is not easy.
Time for
Especially with the
more
wind down already. That was rough to do.
Not enough.
I must try something else. Ready.
I am a paragon! I cannot be defeated! It's mine! Your hair! Mine!
Wipe them out! Nothing so be it.
Where do I go? Not even a scratch.
Connor, what are you doing? I have my AI.
And I'm
I'm on.
Gonna have to use a potent delirium potion for her and a potent delirium potion for her. Not just Bronca now. I'm actually happy with this, just Bronca.
Where now?
Too fast for you.
Direct me.
Now that will hurt.
I am a paragon! I cannot be defeated!
And I'm off.
The anvil will be mine! Watch out!
All right. And I'm off.
Must it always be more skill?
Yes. Going. Yes.
Do you really wish to be beaten
Let's
by
do
an
this
old
quick,
woman?
shall we?
It's nothing but excitement.
All right.
We must fight. Immediately. As you
This
say.
should be fun. If you insist.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
What? Oh no, there's a bunch of her now.
Anyone got a spare second wind? No? All right. Quick! Let's do this quickly, shall we? All right. I'm game.
I'm barely even doing damage to her as my guy.
Yes.
Now we go into battle. Ready.
Yes. Anyone got a spare second wind?
Must it
No?
always be more kill?
You don't know what
Going.
I'm capable of.
All right, I'm game. Quick!
Now we go into battle.
Yes. And I'm off.
I'm going to slaughter you! It's mine!
And I'm
Here! Mine!
There we go. Oh my god.
This is a
Close one.
Yes.
Bronca is dead. It's done. Job's done. That was the one choice I think Kalrin would have gone with. He's just not gonna let a crazy paragon make the decision there. She was fucking mad.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the Anvil would kill her.
But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The Anvil waits there for you to shatter it.
Yes, excellent idea. Just destroy it now, after all this.
It was good to meet you, Paragon. I intend to ensure that your warnings about the golems are heard by the Circle of Magi.
Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden?
Kalrin, you lost Bronca to this. What do you want?
Yeah. I don't suppose you can bring Bronca back. Maybe make her a golem like you.
I would not do such a thing to her, even if I could.
Somehow I didn't think so. Well, and I don't want anything that would remind me of this. Best it's just done. There is still the matter of the election. I mean, we still need a paragon to get the assembly support, right?
For the aid you've given me, I shall put hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice.
Oopsies, my bad. Ah, look at him craft.
There,
Crown.
it is done. Give it to whom you will. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here.
It's unfortunate the Anvil can't be salvaged.
Aye, that was my great pride, and soon enough, my shame.
Hammer smash!
You have my eternal thanks, stranger. A trust in Al Tunsha. May you always find your way in the dark.
Liberator. Achievement unlocked. I could have also gone with keeping the Anvil and siding with Bronca, but I just didn't trust Bronca would do anything good with it, even with that power. And once the whole saving life thing was more like, alright, it's Gon's used, but we've survived thus far as dwarves, I think, so... yeah. And plus also Kalrin's not king, so he doesn't really care. Golem registry. You see large stone tablet chipped with age, with a great number of dwarven runes carved into the surface. Examine the tablet more closely. The writing is in dwarf, and it appears to be a long list of names, each with a stamp of their house next to them. You recognize a few of the house names. At the bottom of the list are the words, "We honor those who have made this sacrifice, let their names be remembered." The carvings are still deep enough that tracing could be taken, allowing the information to be carried elsewhere. Take tracing of the tablet. The ancient runes are traced into a stack of papers which you store in your pack. The Golem Registry. It's a new quest. Find someone who would be interested in Golem Registry. Probably the Shaperit will be interested in something like that to remember. Anyway, we're gonna have to go back now.
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news?
To the assembly. Need to know as soon as possible.
Those Deshirs have been trying to destroy the city for years. Haven't managed yet.
Go back to Orzammar then. I feel like that was the best choice. I think any either or choice for the Anvil would have done, but I think Kalrin would just like. I mean, he's not. I mean, yes, he's a dwarf, but he's not gonna much care for the culture since they kicked him out. So a little bit of a payback, you know. And it's better. Like they've survived this long without the golems, so I don't know how much of a difference it would be, but anyway.
I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
We should let the Warden speak. What news do you bring?
I bear a crown from Paragon Kalrin for his chosen king.
Kalrin was trapped in the body of a golem. This Warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Kalrin forged a crown for Orzamar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
And we are supposed to trust this. The word of a drunken sot and a murdering exile known to be in Harrowmont's pocket.
Silence! This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Hortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Kalrin choose?
He wished me to give it to whoever I choose.
Why would a Paragon entrust an exile and a murderer with such a weighty decision? This is utterly ridiculous.
We've argued in these chambers for too long. The will of the Paragon is that the Grey Warden decide.
Well, we said Harrowmont will get the crown, and thus he'll become king. I will grant the crown to Harrowmont.
I appreciate your forthrightness, Warden. You have acted with grace through this entire torturous process.
Hail, the new king of Orzammar.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the king of Orzammar.
I will not abide by this!
The ancestors have spoken.
Harrowmont is your king. Stand behind him.
You turned your back on Orzammar when you killed our brother.
Watch out! They brought weapons!
Guards!
I'm going after Prince Valen. He deserves to die.
And I'm off.
You will not fear me.
And Balin is dead.
I admit I did not think even Balin would defy the word of a paragon, nor that so many would follow him. But most of Orzammar has seen him for what he really is, and I trust we will bring this insurgency under control.
I hope you will. Show that you are a strong king and they will follow you.
I prefer to be known as a just and compassionate king. Strong too often comes to mean tyrannical, but I will not leave this uprising unpunished. Those loyal to the throne will begin preparations for a surface mission immediately. Orzammar will fulfill its treaties. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get to the palace and set our plans in motion.
Just make sure your army is there when I call for it.
I will. This is the staff I carried as King Endrin's II. Take it as a reminder of your place in Orzammar. I wish you luck against the Blight Warden. May we foster another 4 centuries of peace.
Your role in this election will long be remembered, Warden.
Why, thank you. Harrowmont's ally.
Alright.
All these Deshers giving their life. Where's Balin's corpse? can't see his corpse somehow. Alright. Did he take his body away? Alright. And it's done. We have done... That is the end of Orzammar. We have completed the Orzammar main storyline. But we still got a couple of things. We're going to have to return some stuff. So, that's been done. That is the second major quest finished.
You were stone-carved, Warden. I've never seen the like.
Hey, Cardole.
Yes?
Oop, not you. Cardole.
If I'd heard it secondhand, I'd have called it a sodding lie. Warden, we've got a king because of you. The rest, impressive, but the Legion is grateful most for restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly.
I'm good. Orzammar's lucky to have you.
You'll have us too, Warden. I think it's time the surfacers saw the good the stone can unleash. We'll be at your side. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
Why, thank you. Alrighty, before we head to our next destination, we've got a couple of side quests to finish up. First of all, heading back to Shepherd to give him... Maybe he can do something with all this. And actually also we have to give Orta... Let's actually go to Orta first. We need to give her stuff.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig?
Well, I need to check something out here. Hold up. Alrighty. I have the records right here.
You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
Why, goodbye. Quest update. I'll go check in later. But first of all, Shepherd.
Impressive work, Warden. King Haramont's impending coronation has been entered into the memories. Is there something more I can help you with?
I have some tracings you might be interested in.
What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arse it is. Taken from a tablet in Caridin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caridin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shaperate has never had much information on Caridin and his golems, much less proof of this magnitude. Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward. I must inform the Shaperate at once.
Why, thank you, good sir. Quest completed. Do we got a new artifact, maybe? Vanguard, some more weapons. I got lots of stuff I need to sell. Haramont staff. Ooh. That's weird why he has this odd staff. We'll give this to Morgan. Don't know how like dwarves can like, ah, here's a magic staff that apparently dwarves can't even be mages, so here you go. Kinda weird, but oh well. I wonder how Haramont will rule. I mean, I know Haramont, like, someone is not a best leader, I believe, from what the past tells, but oh well. Better than Balin at the moment. Oh yeah, right, I have to go back to the assembly. I forgot about that. If only I can run a little bit faster. At least the places aren't actually too wild.
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house, they gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me.
Any money you could spare would help.
And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
Of course it is. That's the first time probably she's going to be official. Hey, 5 sovereigns. That is helpful. More money for the wardens. Serve the warden, and he will give back by defending the north. We'll be up. That's a lot of coin. 58 sovereign. We are rich in money. Alrighty, let's make our way back.
News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont victorious. Lord Balin pathetic and dead.
Pathetic and dead. Yep. He's not going to be around for a bit, I have to say. He has definitely beaten the curve. Okay. So, another question is where to next? So, I think there's one more I have to do. Mother's Hope. Yep, return to Filda. Wherever she is, right over there. Tell her about what happened to her son. Or, well, I either lie, tell the truth.
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my ruck?
I want to lie to her. I'm sorry, I never found anything.
I guess it was foolish to think there'd be any sign of him after all this time. Thank you for looking.
I don't want to tell her that her son is a dung eater. Or yeah, he's quote unquote somewhat dead in his mind. Alright, let's make our way back, and I think we might be able to do some.
Win. Care to partake of Ogren's fine homebrew?
Actually,
it's the drink of the gods.
Ale, is it? And I hope it's brewed hygienically?
Of course. I may not know clean from a beggar's ass when it comes to most things, but I don't mess around with my ale.
Very well, let's have a taste.
Well, what do you think?
Very nice.
You like it? Well, I never...
Attractive amber color, nutty flavor, slightly sweet, just a hint of toastiness. There's some spice to it I'm finding hard to place.
Yes. Yes?
Is it cloves?
Cloves! Ha ha! By the stone, you're a lady after my own heart. If I weren't buckled in this armor, I'd take you around the corner and, well, you know.
Give me more ale?
Hey, Argon, I want to ask you something.
What you need?
No, actually.
Alright then.
Well, now we make her surface.
Harrowmont, fools! Only Balin can move us forward.
Oh wait, I thought Balin is dead. He just died. Didn't you guys hear the news? It's in the...
I am your death.
Going.
So they're attacking the guy who's no longer king, I see.
We must have victory.
And I'm off. Hey! Fun.
Another one. Eat dust.
Yes.
Got him.
What's
All
that
right.
smell?
And I'm off.
You.
Long to fear me.
All right.
Ha! Let's see what your innards look like.
All right.
Another battle, I see.
Okay. This is getting exhausting.
Yep, it is. Now, space again. Time to get rid of some solves I don't really need. What does this guy have? Ooh, health, fault ties, but Parker still don't really need that. Time to make it right to the proving ground. Wait, not the proving? No. Hold. I went the wrong direction. I was supposed to get over there. It's been a while. Okay. Wonder what Argon will do now since we just finished his and we killed Bronca.
So you can turn into animals, aye? Like cats and wolves?
When the desire strikes me.
Have you ever, went into winter?
That's a most curious little mind you have, dwarf.
Spare
And
a
what if
few
I had?
bits for an
Would
old
that thought
man.
comfort you during your lonely nights?
Have you ever changed during?
Why are you suddenly asking me this?
How do we know you're truly a woman? Or even a human? You could be a chipmouse or a nug. Imagine that.
Why, yes. I am actually a nug in human form. I have come to observe your kind.
Nugs are good with extra sauce. I'm just saying.
Kalrin, what are you doing? You really want to hit with everyone, don't you?
Give me a moment.
Sure, take your time.
By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there.
Yeah, I remember that feeling. It passes.
Too bad. It's kind of like being drunk, but so much cheaper.
Yeah, it's free.
Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight.
And it seems Argon's gonna be with us now, officially. Well then, mates. I got some things I want to check up though on. We do have...
I hear there's been more fighting. The Queen is determined to see this through, isn't she?
My brother says he's leaving for the Free Marches. Says Ferelden is done for.
Much more of this, and I may have to agree with him.
That's not done yet. It just has a terrible leader right now. The warden will fix it. Alright, heading back to the world map, and now we get to decide what we're doing. Probably do party camp. Yep. But the party camp before we head to the next, where we're gonna go next. So yeah. And then we're back at party camp. Alright. Excuse me guys for a couple minutes. I'm gonna need to take a little bit of a small break. I'll be back. And I'm back. My apologies for that. Had to take a bit of a small break. Alrighty, now it's time for the party camp. Time to do a little bit of chatting with some of the companions before we decide where to go next. Though I do have this emissary over here.
Orzammar has sent her best, Warden. It has been a long time since the Dwarven army has marched on the surface.
Do you need anything?
Outfitting any army on short notice, there's always room for more gear. Gems would serve the most utility. The Middlestone, sapphires and the like. We're dealing with many smaller foundries and larger values might overwhelm.
Okay. A light supply crate. Communal for box for resources you collect for your troops. Turn runes for circle. You pack your glows for slightly. We'll assign any novice runes you have. Communal box for resources you collected.
You are wise to invest in the effectiveness of your followers.
No, you're welcome. I'm gonna go to Bodan Fedig right now.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat?
I just want to look at your wares, man. I want to know more about your hat. Alright, I'm gonna buy a couple of distillation agents for crafting purposes. Any other things I wanna sell something, that's for sure. I'll sell one of the concentrated soldier's bane. A demand, fluorsparo. Any armor I have here, I guess. Dust leather gloves. I don't need those. Dwarven armor, viridium. Got lots of heavy plate here. I'll go to the heavy plate armor here. Effort, silverite. Small darkspawn shield, small metal round shield. Got the the shields over here. And large. I'll get the chipped crystals here. Weapons. I got a short bow U. Don't know why I still have that. And that's it really. Don't know if there's anything else I want to sell. Smith's heart. Yeah. Okay. There's nothing else I can really ask for. As for manual ranger. Sure, I'll take the man. I'm never going to be ranger, but that's just something to have. Okay. Party camp time. I'm going to talk with some of the party members over here. Question is, who will I start off with? You know what? Newest member of the group, Kalrin.
Come to talk to old Kalrin, have you? Don't know why.
Well, what's wrong, Kalrin?
Nothing. I'm fine. Just, I got a hornet in my eye is all. Did you want to talk about something?
I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
Are you sure you're fine with what happened with Bronca?
Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway.
I imagine she wasn't that crazy when she left.
Oh, you don't know her. She was cracked like a glass floor. Before she was a paragon, I mean. After that, she really fell apart. I mean, she leaves me and flits about with that watered tart Hespith. What's she got that I don't? Just the thought of the two of them together, kissing and licking and intertwined on the floor of the deep roads. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tent for a moment. Excuse me.
Yeah, sure. Go take your time, man. God.
You have a lot of nerve coming here.
This is my camp, Kalrin.
Oh, no you don't. You can't come swishing in here and take over the warden's camp just like that.
And he's drunk.
I'll fight you with my sodding weapon, you moss-biting poetess.
You think I'm Hespith?
Your disguise can't fool me, woman. That's right. You keep looking at me like that. I'll just go get my pants from that sodding dog. Ass chabs.
He's drunk. Where's he good now?
Ass chabs.
Okay, I'll leave him to a bit. But actually, I want to check with my good old pet here, Scully.
You little...
Oh. What? What?
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Oh, got snapped. Well, he is a war dog.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me. I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
Aww.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
Oh, getting noises.
Oh,
heavily.
like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Oh, it's scared. Well, if you didn't know it, it probably was tasty. Ooh, it's angry. It's a little bit angry. Angry dog. Oh, doggy.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
I think he thinks you need more meat on your bones.
I think I have enough meat where it counts, and I certainly don't need it in my pack. Dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Okay. Well, you heard the lady.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Fur bag. What, did she turn suddenly into HK-47? It's a meat bag she calls fur bag. Meat bag. I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
He's just trying to be manipulative. Yeah, it's a dog. Of course manipulative.
Dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off.
She's got a lot of perception now. It's a big perception roll she's made. Hold up. Can you look something up? Apologies there, did you look something up here? Good. He will fill our enemies with his stench.
That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him.
I mean, bathe? Can't you just wave your staff and make him clean?
No, that's not what magic is used for. Just make him sleep over on the other side of the camp. With Alistair. With any luck, that will keep all the stench confined to one small area.
Yes, onto Alistair. Oh, poor Scully just like, oh, no worries, doggy. Don't worry, Scully, you'll be fine. Me, Scully, no, Scully. Yeah. Amazing growl. Angry snarl. Vicious. Watch 10. Yes, let's watch them.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Happy bark. Slightly dig screws in the ground your feet. Trying to find a way through the earth, are we? He goes back to digging. Alright, have fun then. And he can do digging up. Okay. That's enough with party. It seems like there's enough party Scully over there. Or unless we can check him out again. He bounces around you, barking excitedly. Pet Scully. He rolls around happily on his back. Oh, nice our hound. Nice hound. Nice dog. Nice doggy. Okay. Next. Oh, sir, you haven't talked in a while.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask something.
Ask away.
Why remain a Templar if you had the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Oh, I thought Templars were heavy plate mostly.
That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple tunics, right? Much more comfortable, and you don't break the beds when you jump on them during a pillow fight.
I mean, you had lots of these pillow fights, I take it?
Pillow fights? I mean, no, of course not. I meant sword fights. With rusty swords, dripping with acid. The kind that puts hair on your chest. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I mean, you don't have to tell me now, I was just curious.
Then let's just get back to what we were doing. No offense, but I'd really rather not discuss it.
Aw.
What do you need? Ask away.
Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
Well, where are the nearest Grey Wardens from here?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
Is there a headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt.
Probably.
Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfells, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
There's at least a compound in, I believe, every area or every like country, I think, in Davis, as far as I'm correct. So I could be wrong. I mean, of course, Anvil is their main headquarters from there, which, yeah. So what happens now that there's just the two of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
Yep, it's a two-man operation, it seems. We'll need to start rebuilding the order.
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be two of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere.
I have no more questions.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
Let's get
Ask
something.
away.
Yeah, there's nothing else. Alrighty. Okay, Alistair. Zevran, how are you doing,
Here
man?
I am.
Care to ask some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Oh, can't even ask him anymore. Well, I want to give him something, actually. I do want to chat more with Mr. Zevran, since he is a good man to speak with. Where is his... Where am I? Given this...
How nice.
Will he like this one?
How nice.
I also need a couple more stuff. Alright, and I got a medium silver bar. I think Ogren will be fine with this.
That looks fine indeed.
And Rose of Orlais. Let's see if Leliana might be fine with this.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so...
You're welcome. Alright, let's go have a chat. Let's have a chat with Wynne. How's she doing?
What's on your mind?
Why does Spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
What about demons?
I could sense the demons too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Oh shit. My camera just went green, so I couldn't read chat there, so hold on. Probably need to turn this off. 1 moment. Let's see if I can do this without having any issues. Let's copy this. Let me remove. Alright. Okay, let me try to re-add the camera hold on there. The camera does that almost a couple of times, as happened to me. Yep. Okay, there we go. Alright, now I just have to realign that. I think it was something like this. There we go. Alright, can't realize. My apologies there. The camera sometimes does that a couple of times. I don't know. I maybe might have happened on stream before. If it did, do tell me. Alrighty. Anyway, being noticed every time. Alrighty. Do spirits watch people like that?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it. A glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
You're very lucky then.
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
And also in your fight with Petra's demon.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
Well, I'm glad you think we're traveling with me. It's worth of your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare him for the task that is yet before him. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger-wagging.
I'll hold you to that promise.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
Ah, win.
What's on your mind?
I'd like to ask you about something about the circle. I'm actually curious as Kalrin.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
So how did you become a mage?
People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
What about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Serves him. Was he seriously hurt?
I had singed his hair and eyebrows, but injured little other than his pride. Who knows what they would have done to me had he been more seriously hurt. Thankfully, all I had to endure was a few nights locked in a cold barn with a bowl of water and a crust of bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
I will say one thing, just something like also, like just in general. It's kind of weird because when many people see mages like, you know, oh, being taken away to the tower is bad, and it is kind of bad because they're taking away your freedom to live. But in the case of Wynn here, the tower is their only option because they never knew their family or they didn't have much of a good upbringing. So there's kind of odd difference, you can say. And it's kind of interesting because when the character I'm playing in the Dragon Season 3 tabletop campaign, actually, he believes that mages are, well, not treated poorly, but they're more, you know, it defeats the point of, you know, freedom. You know, mages should be a little bit more free than they are, like, you know, locked up in towers, taken away from a young age. But then when you kind of see people like Wynn, maybe, who are, you know, who are orphaned, you know, from the start, they didn't know their parents, whatever, then, like, that might change him. Who knows? It's just something of an interesting topic to kind of go towards. Circle of Magi has always been a very weird topic to go about. But anyway. Well, what happened when you arrived at the tower then?
I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
Yeah. That's a great story.
Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the circle.
What was life like in the tower?
I would be lying if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately. Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, and lack of focus. And we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger.
Danger from what?
From Fade spirits. If we were careless, they would enter our minds, and we would become abominations. Without the circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the circle. The joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. In spite of everything, I was happy in the tower, and I loved it.
Well, there's nothing else I want to discuss right now. I think that's enough with Win right now. We've got enough from her. Curious about Liliana. How's she doing?
Yes? Something you need?
I'll talk about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
What happened to her?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
Yeah, it's a bit poor, unfortunately. And do you remember nothing of your mother?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
One more thing.
Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sort of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see.
Hey.
Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
We go back to episode 1, if you guys remember. I was shoeless for quite a bit. What's so special about shoes?
Well, they're shoes. They're pretty. Some of them anyway.
They're shoes.
When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front.
Oh god.
A ribbon perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
We're just getting told by shoes from Liliana how good they are. I mean, wouldn't that be hard to walk in?
They wouldn't want to run in it, or have to enter battle, but for lounging in a lady's sitting room? Perfect. The shoes made in Olay were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden.
Hey!
Ugh, just look at them.
Hey! Look! Yes, they look horrible, but, I mean, I remember dwarves also, so we kinda also have them. One moment. Let me check something out here. Okay. I mean, they're comfortable.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Alrighty. I think that's enough from Liliana for now. Look, my phone's just ringing through right now, my bad. Okay. Who's next? Sten, how are you doing, man?
Yes.
Yep. What were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Very funny.
Thank you.
Fine, let's up this for now.
Bashera, was there anything else?
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why'd you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
Well, what was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
But did you have to report back then?
Yes.
Well, I can see you're right on top of that.
I cannot go home.
Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
Let's go.
As you wish.
That's enough for Sten for now. I think one thing from Sten is good enough. We don't want to continuously piss him off. Alrighty. Shell. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. He goes, why is the Blight? The Archer Ninja hasn't even gone back yet. I mean, there has to be a reason. Hey, Shale.
I have a question for it, if it will indulge me. My understanding is that it encountered the smith named Kalrin. He who was responsible for the creation of the golems, that he had become a golem himself. What I do not know is what became of him. Why did he not return with it? I would have many questions for him.
I'm so sorry. He killed himself.
He killed himself? Ah, I would doubt it, but no. I see it is telling the truth. May I ask what became of the Anvil of the Void, assuming that it too still existed?
It was destroyed, as Kalrin wanted it.
Then it was no doubt for the best. With Kalrin also goes any chance I might have had of finding answers on my past, I assume. Tell me, did it find out anything from Kalrin? Anything at all about how I might have been made?
As far as I know, the Anvil made golems from living souls.
Meaning that I was once a living creature? That seems highly unlikely, and more than a little insulting. Is it certain?
You were once squishy. Sad, but true.
Was I forced into this? Or simply glad to abandon a frail body? And more importantly, who was I? I simply must know. I cannot help but believe that answers lie elsewhere in the deep roads. We must look.
I'll see what I can do.
If it can search the deep roads, I may remember something. If not, then I will have to wait.
It's a new quest then. A Golem's Memories. She has actually to explore deep roads for clues with Golem's past. Okay. Well, we'll try our best whatever we can. We have some free time. Hey, anyone to talk? Oh, she's sighing. Or it's sighing. You'll sit with me, I see.
Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
Oh, no, stay. You're quite helpful.
No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
It's free time. Oh, she's still sighing. I would have expected the golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, master, I exist to serve the master. I shall kill for the master and only for the master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
I didn't care then, they didn't speak.
And now there shall be no more. I suppose it is for the best. I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
I agree. Being a golem would be handy.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions. Walk underwater, crush the heads of every opponent. The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Hey! You once had a tongue!
Oh,
it's so bored. That's what the questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Actually, I already had enough
On then.
questions. Like, I've already asked her enough. I think she's good. Or it's good. I always confuse her as a she. I don't know why. It just sounds like one, that's why. Anyway. I want to visit Morrigan. Let's see how she's doing.
Yes?
I know she likes me now, but... Let you ask something.
So, full of questions, are you?
How'd you become a shapechanger?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
I see. And your mother has been doing this for a long time then?
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own.
True.
Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you do it into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Can anyone become shapechanger?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
Aw. Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
And what do other animals think of you when you're changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe.
True.
Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. my mother is such a one.
By practitioners you mean apostates, don't you?
Not all apostates use the forbidden blood arts. Maleficarum do, but to condemn all who do not fall under the circle's thrall for the sake of what might be is a dangerous path to walk.
Oh yes.
There are those who look on the word apostate as meaning freedom.
That's all I want to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
No, I mean... No, that would just make you angry, I think.
No doubt it would. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us. Yes?
I'll ask something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Can you teach others to become shame changers?
Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
No, perhaps you had... As you wish. Still got time. Yep. Alrighty. I guess I can ask one more question.
Yes? So, full of questions, are you?
Is Flemish really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Not the old bat. Powerful mouth for an old woman. Not the old bat.
Sometimes I do wonder the very same thing. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I've heard a little of it.
No doubt such a tale has mutated much over time and telling. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
That sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
So he sold his wife to another man?
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
So she truly loved Osen then?
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see, chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Which, she never invaded, or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the Great War with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
How is it that Flemeth has survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
She essentially is the equivalent of elf immortality. You know, they can age as much as they have to, 800 years old or more, but they can die, but they can still be killed by any means necessary. Okay. The legend tells of Flemeth having married daughters.
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
An interesting story, thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
My mother died a long time ago.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Thank you for the storytelling, though, at least. And she is right now at approval of 47 interested. I might know who I'm romancing. And that's enough for Morgan in terms of where to go next now. So, the first thing I'm going to go first is I'm going to head towards Circle of Magi to finish up Dagon's request that she wanted. Probably head back to Orzammar. Might even go to Deep Roads, for all I know. I'm taking Shell with me though this time, since if I'm going to head to Deep Roads just in case.
Yes.
Win. And let's take someone else. Let's take Zevran.
Yes.
Join me. We'll make our way to the Circle Tower. See how long this takes. We might get a random encounter for all we know. Yep, that's a random encounter. Ooh, actually, we have a cinematic. Deaderum.
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kalrin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kalrin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! We'll not roll out the welcome for them now.
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own. I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kalrin?
Kalrin's death was his own doing.
And there we see, became a little bit maddish.
Concentrate, like we practiced. Now, fire!
Oh, hello, mages. Well, Darkspawn, I guess. We'll fight them.
This won't take long.
We must have victory.
Go on. If that's what you want, if you insist. Slay them all. I'm no pushover, I don't.
That's all of them. Wonder why there was a mage here. Let's go ask him.
I'm taking these apprentices to Redcliffe. The first enchanter says you need every able-bodied mage for the war. They're young, but capable enough, as you saw.
I see. Well, that'll be helpful. Well, let's get out of here. Actually, before we get out of here, everyone has to level up. Up his dexterity and his cunning. Poison master, poison making. Exploit weakness and do weapon finesse. And there we go. We'll take momentum for him. Actually, hold on. Let's see what weapons I can give him. I can give him either the Beastman's dagger or I'll give him the Beastman's dagger. Okay. As for our dwarf here, do I want to give him anything else? No, I think he's good right now. Oh yeah, for Shale and the other stuff I can give her. Small flow ice crystal, small clear lightning crystal. Ooh, we'll give her the small clear lightning crystal. Ooh, energy. Now the large clear ice crystal, lightning crystal, or large flawed. No. Alright, and then as for Zev, any new armor I can give him? I'll give him leather helm. Let's get out of here. Yep, continue on to the circle tower. Game.
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad to learn that the Circle is well on its way to recovery.
Well, anyway, meantime on that, Dagna of Orzammar wishes to study magic.
Orzammar? Indeed. You have piqued my curiosity. It is common knowledge that dwarves lack the aptitude for spellcraft. She will never be able to weave the simplest magic, no matter how hard she tries.
I think all she wants is to study the theory of magic.
Fascinating. I suppose the Circle should be flattered.
Well, she's willing to give up caste and clan for this.
I see. If she is willing to sacrifice so much for this, then we should feel honored. Tell Dagna of Orzammar that this path will not be easy. But if she chooses it, then she is welcome here at the Circle. She will live and study with the Tranquil, and perhaps the apprentices, when it is appropriate.
Well, I shall return to Orzammar with his news then.
If only the Circle was in better shape. I fear she may be disappointed when she arrives.
That happens. Well, perhaps. What was her choice to make?
This will be interesting. She could tell us much about our dwarven neighbors.
Maybe.
Yes. The more I think about it, the more I like the idea. I shall take this as an indication that perhaps things are starting to look up for the Circle. Thank you.
Forgive me, but I must take my leave.
I wish you well. Know you will always be welcome here.
Why, thank you, John Irving. Quartermaster.
You really killed all those... I'm sure you need supplies.
Nope, wait, nope.
I'm sure you
need...
need...
Alright, let's trade. I'll take a great healing potion from you and an injury kit. I do need those, and I would like to give you also a large flawed spirit crystal and these other crystals and a magic staff I'm not going to be using, and some ice arrows. Enjoy. You love those. Thank you very much. Now we must go. And with that, we'll turn back to Orzammar and tell Dagon the good news. Orzammar! Another random encounter again, or cinematic, who knows? Game loads. Please load game. Hello? Oh, it's Old Kalrin.
You have coins, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, Old Kalrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Well, times division Orzammar, but let's see that discount. Return of skill and sundry. Ooh, yes. I'll be fine with that, I guess. Silver sword of ooh, okay. Painting rebel queen. Blue Satan shoes. That's fine for now, I think. Some dwarven mace, not a dwarven mace. I don't really use those maces. Thank you very much, my good friend. Now, would Mr. Zev be fine with some...
How nice.
Oh, I don't like it. What about blue Satan shoes?
How nice.
I'm giving you literally everything I can, but that's all I have. Oh yeah, also, I have the Tome of Skill and Sundry, which I'll use on myself to learn a new skill. Oh, right. In which case will be survival then. Let's go. Yes. Continue back to Orzammar. I'm trying my best to befriend Zevron, but it's quite hard apparently. But it's a bit Zev. There's Dagna.
Hello, how can I... Oh, it's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said.
Well, First in Charge Irving accepted you for study.
Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe it. There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since Urelden in the 13th century. I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition?
Nothing. The mages need every ally they can get.
Then I should go before my parents come looking for me. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
Later. And we might. Quest completed. And before we even head out there, though, I'm going to make my way back to the deep roads to start investigating with Shale to see if we can find anything. And also get some XP probably on the side there, since Shale wanted to explore down there. But I think I might do that in the next stream, which would be Tuesday, the next Tuesday. So a little bit of a break from me from streaming for now, but we'll first of all venture down into, well, which side do we go? Cardinal's Cross, Dead Trenches. What was the request we had to do? See clues for Shell has asked you to explore deep roads for clues with Golem's past. Maybe the Anvil might have something? Well, I'll save here, then I'll figure out where we have to go. And until then, guys, I'm going to end the stream here, so I can take a little bit of break. And with this, yeah, we'll see what happens next time. We'll see what happens with Shale. We can find anything down in deep roads, and then we'll see where we're going to go next. We might do some side quests. We might go to the next major area, which in this case would be we'd head over towards the Brazilian outskirts, which would be the next place to get the elves, because I'm doing everything before we had Redcliffe. Redcliffe is going to be the last place we're going to check out. But until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please, if you're watching on YouTube, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below if you have queries or questions. If you want to catch my streams, you can always capture them over at there's a link down below here at Scotlander006, where I'll be streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 16:30 GMT +2. And if you want to be notified, you can always follow up here, and maybe you can catch me and you might get notified. Until then, guys, I'll catch you hopefully in the next episode. See you later.